It is the WAVE 97.9 WHAV, and we are going to be, I guess it's a refresher course on Somebody Cares New England. I know every once in a while you folks are in the news because you get a grant or something like that, and you're helping out folks. But we'll start out with you, Marlene, because you're the executive director. And why don't you tell us about Somebody Cares New England, and I know some of the things you have going on this summer. If you could just step up into the area of the microphone, that would be great.
Sure. For those that don't know about Somebody Cares, I just want to give a very brief. In 1999, I watched a video, and that video really inspired me to get involved in a community. And then I didn't know what to do, where to go, who to connect with. And I ended up getting led to meet with Pat Dennehy, and down at the Drop-In Center. She works with Community Action. And so I kept open the Drop-In Center on Monday mornings until noontime with Bill Browning, who used to be a part of Community Action. And so that's where I started out, just serving the homeless and coming to be a blessing to Pat at the Drop-In Center and to keep it open on Monday holidays so that the staff could have off the holiday. So that's where I started in 1999. And so it's a long journey. We became incorporated in 2002 as a Somebody Cares New England, and we have an amazing history of things that we've done in this city that a lot of people don't know about. I did have a TV show, thanks to Frank Novak, for 7 years, and it was called Somebody Cares New England, and we invited on that show people that we'd helped out of poverty, helped out of addictions, but we also had people in the community that we collaborated with, like the Department of Child Family Services, Community Action, and different organizations that we helped. And so it was a beautiful collaborative, and it lasted 7 years, and it was a good season. I wish I could do it again, but I can't. So anyway, we've done a lot of things in the city that a lot of people don't know what we do. But the things that we're known for is our youth center that I started 6 years ago, and our food pantry that we started, I think now, 15 years ago. So it's amazing. So a lot of people don't know other things that we do, like serving the city with all kinds of different things for City Hall, the mayor, the police department, different things that we do. So we serve our city in a myriad of capacities, but what we're known for is the youth center and the food pantry.
Yes. Well, there we go. Well, that's what I knew you for. I didn't know about all of the other things. So why don't we bring in Lori Jane and what are some of these things? Because you're the director. So why don't you tell us about some of the things that we don't know about, but we should know.
Sure, absolutely. The motto of Somebody Cares New England is prayer, care, share. So we are praying for our community, we are caring for our community, and we are sharing with our community. And as Pastor Marlene J mentioned, we're doing those two things predominantly through the food pantry and the youth center. So our youth center focuses on life skills, really equipping the youth of our community with skills to overcome life's challenges. And especially this summer, we have all sorts of fun things in place for the kids to give them structure for the younger kids and also for the teenagers. So this summer, we have expanded our basketball program, so it goes from Monday all the way through Friday. They have 5 days out of the week from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., a structured, fun environment where they do skills and drills. And then in addition to that, on the rainy days, we keep our doors open. We have a pool table, we have air hockey, we have PS4, so we are keeping them engaged in positive activities. And of course, snacks. All teenagers and kids love snacks. We do a lot of that. But we also have an art program during the summer. So every Monday and every Friday, we have an art program for ages 7 going all the way up to 17 years old. That has been really well attended. I think we have maybe 26 youth enrolled in that. It's from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And everything that we do is free for the community. And in addition, this summer we have 4 block parties going on. We have already had 2 of them. Last weekend we had a block party. We had about 400 people in attendance. It was a really fun time. We had an inflatable double water slide, which the kids absolutely loved. We had an inflatable basketball courts for the little ones. We had basketball hoops for the older teenagers, pizza, cotton candy, snow cones, all sorts of really fun stuff. We're trying to shift the atmosphere in the environment of the Mount Washington area, and we're just doing that, one activity, one event, one life at a time. And one special feature of these block parties, and working in collaboration with different grants in the city, city, we've been able to bring in a guest speaker to just share a very powerful 15-minute life story. So our focus has been on gang suppression. So our last two speakers we brought in, they were former gang members, spent time in jail, turned their lives around completely, and now are a force for good within their community. So we're hoping to reach the youth before the gangs do, to just put them on the right track so their lives don't get sucked down the wrong road. So this summer we still have 2 more block parties left. The next one is in July, the last Saturday of the month. We're looking forward to that one, all sorts of crazy fun. And also want to mention that year-round we have programs for youth in our community. Every Wednesday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. we teach life skills to the little guys, 7 to 11 years old, and every Friday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. we teach life skills to our teenagers. So anyone that wants to jump in, we're up in the Mount Washington area, and we'd love to have them.
Yeah, what's the address?
358 Washington Street.
Oh, okay. You're right near Macon Haverhill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, they're great friends of ours. Yeah.
Okay. Life skills. What could I learn?
Come on up. With our teenagers right now, we're teaching from the curriculum of 7 habits of highly effective people. So right now, we just wrapped up habit number 4, think win-win, really teaching the teenagers that when you have conflict, it doesn't have to be you or them, one side wins over the other, but really trying to find a compromise where both parties win and can move forward. And man, that's a life lesson. No matter how old you are, we all need to take hold of that.
That's the Stephen Covey.
Yes. A favorite of ours.
Do you teach the 8th habit?
Which is?
I don't know. Marlene, do you know?
Yes, I do. It's a separate book altogether, The 8th Habit.
Of course.
And no, we don't teach the kids that yet.
I wonder what it is. I haven't really paid attention on that. But wow, how about that? Now, now Marlene's a pastor, and you're a pastor too, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so is Somebody Cares New England a religious-based organization?
Yes, so we are a Christian non-profit organization. We are Christ-based. However, Somebody Cares New England is the one that is praying for our community, loving our community. But when it comes to the youth center and the food pantry, with the youth center, we are merely teaching life skills. So absolutely everyone is welcome at our organization. We love and we receive everyone in, and we just want to love on them and really equip them for success in life.
Now, the food pantry, what are the hours for that?
So the food pantry, we have 3 different distributions. So on the 2nd Thursday and the 3rd Thursday of the month, we do mobile distributions to the elderly and disabled. One of them is at 25 Washington Square, and the other one is at the HEPA complex on Buttonwood South. And then on the last Thursday of the month, that's our large distribution where everyone comes to us. We typically serve about 250 families come through our door on that day, and we load them up with all sorts of groceries, meats, and produce, so they're all set.
Now, is that a situation where they pick out the things they want? I know some of these food programs, they get a box or a bag, and they get what they get.
Right. We believe that choice is really important with people, so we set up the food pantry area. I like to call it setting it up like Market Basket, where all the tables have all the food and the produce on it and the meats. As our guests come in, we let them know which items they can take, how many of each item, and it's up to them which ones they want. We have lots of option items. We have an option table. That's kind of the fun table where we put all the crazy, neat, different stuff, and especially with the meats and the produce, different options available to them, everything from plantains to tomatoes to eggplant, all sorts of fun stuff. I'm a vegetarian. I get excited about my produce.
Well, Marlene, it sounds like Lori Jane. She's full of energy.
Oh, she certainly is. She's been with me over 20 years, and it's an honor to work with her. She's a brilliant young woman, and she has lots of skills that a lot of people don't know.
Now, is Somebody Cares New England, is this part of a larger organization around the country?
Yes, so we're a part of Somebody Cares America International. Although we are a separate 501 and we're autonomous, we are interconnected in a lot of ways. And Somebody Cares New England has its own 501c3. It's confusing to some people because they wonder why the name is New England. Well, I didn't choose that name. Dr. Doug Stringer, the founder of Somebody Cares America International, chose it. And the reason for it is, he said, because of what you're doing here in Haverhill, there will be other locations throughout New England that want to learn what you've done and want to do it in their community. So I need you to be the person they go to, not me in Texas. So in the very beginning years, up until we had our youth center, I was very busy in other states, other cities, helping other organizations, non-profit, faith-based organizations, to reach their community the same way that we are here in Haverhill. So we've done a lot of training, we've done a lot of block parties, and we've done a lot of things in other communities. When we started our youth center, it really took a lot more concerted effort to have something that's consistent every week, every day, not every day, but so many days in the week. So that took a lot of energy. So I'm a consultant still to other places, and I'm available to teach and train in other cities and other communities.
Is somebody care other locations? Have they opened up in New England?
Not in New England, because this is what happens when this is unfortunate. They see what we do and they like it, and they want to do it. But when they find out how much work is involved to accomplish it, that's another story.
You must rely on a lot of volunteers.
Our whole organization is based on volunteers, including myself. She's the only one that gets a stipend.
Oh, nice.
And a few others we have actually been able to hire, which I'll let her speak into. We've actually ended up hiring some of the youth that started coming to our youth center that are now on staff.
Now, I was over at a chamber event, and Nomsa Nkup was there. Is she a volunteer with you?
Yes, Nomsa Nube, she is an amazing volunteer. She is actually our food pantry director and our community liaison, and she is just, I call her a rock star. She is amazing, not only with Somebody Cares New England, but her service to the entire community.
Wow. And I just remember her speaking at that event. If you and her were in the same room at the same time, you'd run out of words. They would all be used up.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So you're volunteer based, but I know you get some grants too, right?
Yes, I'll speak quickly just to the volunteers. Our volunteers are absolutely amazing. It's what makes everything work. But in the past couple of years, we've been able to slowly hire a part-time person here, a part-time person there. And this summer has been a lot of fun because, as Pastor Marlene mentioned, we've been able to bring on board a lot of our youth that have been with us for years. We've been able to hire them and give them summer jobs, a couple of them year-round jobs. And for the vast majority of them, this is their first job. So it's a fun experience for them, and just very rewarding for us because we've been sewing into them for a number of years. So that's great. But yes, we also function because of the generosity of donors and foundations and city grants. We could not do what we do without all of those components coming together.
And you did mention something about it seems like it's a battle between getting young people to go to your location, Somebody Cares New England, and then you're also competing with the gangs, it sounds like, too. They're always out there trying to recruit.
Well, that is actually, we've always done youth outreach, but 6 years ago, the reason why we opened our doors was because right outside of our building, there was a gang-related shooting where a young man died. I was at work that day. It was a horrific thing, but that's really what propelled us into opening our doors, creating a safe space for youth to come, giving them positive alternatives, structure, walking alongside them, giving them life skills, pointing them in the right direction. So that's really what got us going.
Well, you got a lot of stuff going on. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up this morning? I'll get you back on again, too, but anything else you'd like to bring up this morning?
I just want to thank the community for their support. I want to thank our mayor and former mayor who have been instrumental in really helping us in a number of ways that would take too long on this show to say. But our police department, they're outstanding, and I'm so proud of our city. Of all of the community connections that we have and the community organizations that work together, share resources together. We're a very blessed city, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, you're in a great spot up there. You have the Veterans Northeast Outreach Centers in the neighborhood. Make It Haverhill's there. Fantini Bread is there.
Which we get donations every week, fresh bread.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. And again, we'll get you back on, okay? All right. Well, thank you. We've been talking with Marlene Yo and Lori Jane Simmer of the organization known as Somebody Cares New England. Our guests this morning are right here. They're on Washington Street in Haverhill. Right here on the WAV 97.9 WHAV.
Wake up with Wayne Damon weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on 97.9 FM WHAV.